Coming up, our calf foam roll. We'll be foam rolling our gastrocnemius and our soleus part of our calf. The soleus is located closer to the heel, while the gastrocnemius is the larger part that's higher up on the leg. Again, as we do with our foam rolling, we want to look for an area of tension, and then hold the foam roller against it as we push this tension out. Let's begin. Posting up on our hands, allowing the back of our leg, our calves, to rest comfortably on the foam roller. We can either keep our hips elevated, or if that's too much pressure on our wrist or on our calves, we can always have our hips on the ground. Feel free to reset as we need to. Good, we'll get that same leg. Good, again, any tension, just breathe it out, hold the foam roller against it. Let's go ahead and switch. Good, crossing our opposite leg over, we'll go back to work on that other side. Again, slowly rolling, looking for any tension, and then holding the foam roller up against that area of tension as we push the fascia and that tightness out. Good, breathe, 10 seconds. Good, 4, 3, 2, and time. Coming up, our bicep femoris foam roll. Now our bicep femoris is the outer part of our hamstring. A lot of times that's an area that feels tension, but we don't feel it until it starts to hurt our knee. So post it up in the same way as we just were. Feel free to lower your hips down if we need, but we'll roll both hamstrings at the same time, staying just above the knee complex and just below the glute. Feel free to angle your toes out if you need to. Again, we're looking for tension. So once we find that area of tension, we hold the foam roller against it and push that knot out. Good, core tight, steadily breathing comfortably. Good, we'll roll for another 5 seconds. Good, 3, 2, and time. Coming up, our piriformis foam roll. Now, the area that we're going to be rolling, we want to make sure that we cross our ankle over our knee, and it's that top leg, the leg that's crossed over, that's the side we're going to lean to. So again, crossing our ankle over our knee, leaning to the top leg side, we'll go and roll over our glute, palms on the ground, and let's begin. Again, looking for that area of tension, we can either roll up a little bit or down a little bit, depending on where that tension might lie. Sometimes the tension is higher up on the glute, so feel free to roll there. Holding the foam roller again against that area of tension, making sure we're leaning to the side of that crossed leg, the side that we're working. Good, and we'll roll for another 5 more seconds. Good, 3, 2, and we'll go ahead and switch. Good, again, crossing that opposite leg over. That top leg is the side that we're rolling. Good, steadily breathing. Again, looking for that area of tension. When we find it, again, holding the foam roller just up against it, just enough to steadily push that fascia out. 5, 4. Good, breathe, and time. Next up, we have our calf stretch. We're going to be focusing on our gastrocnemius and soleus part of the calf. Now, we'll find a wall that we can lean up against, staggering our feet. The back heel should be flat up against the ground, and that back toe should be facing the wall. Both toes are facing the wall, our hips are square, and let's begin. Again, making sure that back heel is flat up against the ground, slowly leaning forward until we feel a good stretch, making sure that our heel does not come up. Good. We might notice as the muscle starts to relax, maybe we can go deeper into the stretch, but make sure we're not forcing anything. Breathe. Good. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and we'll switch. Good. Again, both toes facing the wall, hips square. Make sure that back leg is not turned out, that hip is not turned out. Again, they're square with the wall, so that way we can get the proper stretch, evenly pushing down with the inside and outside of our foot. Good, 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and time. Coming up, our supine bicep femoris stretch. Supine means we're lying on our back. Our bicep femoris is the outer part of our hamstring. Now we want to find a band or a towel that we could place around the ball of our foot just to give us a little added stretch. Once our leg is straight, we'll let it fall across the body just slightly, just to isolate that bicep femoris. Again, placing the band around the ball of the foot, pushing through the heel, keeping that leg straight, and slightly letting our heel go across the body. Good, making sure that hip is flat. Good. That leg that we're stretching, make sure we keep that hip nice and flat, just allowing that glute to just lengthen. Good. 3, 2, and we'll switch legs. Again, placing the band around the ball of the foot, straightening our leg, allowing it to go slightly across the body. Good. Breathing, 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and time. Coming up, we have our supine piriformis stretch. Our piriformis is our glute, and supine position is lying flat on our back. So we'll have the leg that we're stretching straight up, and we can secure that in place using a band, a towel, or anything long that we can wrap around the ball of our foot. We'll have our legs slightly go across our body, and let's begin. Placing the band, towel, or whatever we're using, again, around the ball of the foot securely, allowing the leg to go across the body approximately to about 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock, depending on which way we're allowing our leg to go. But that leg that we're stretching, we keep that leg straight, pushing through our heel, and breathing comfortably. Make sure the hip also of that leg we're stretching is square to the ground. We want to lengthen the glute, but not lift the hip too much. And whenever you're ready, we'll switch sides. Again, placing our band or towel around the ball of the foot, stretching leg straight, and allowing it to fall slightly across the body. Again, making sure that our hip does not come up. Again, we're merely lengthening the glute, specifically that piriformis right inside the glute. 5 seconds. 4, 3, breathe, 2, and our time. Coming up, we have our resisted hip abduction. Now, we don't necessarily have to use resistance for this, but we can use an ankle band, a longer band, but something that we can strap our ankle against. If not, again, feel free to use no resistance. We'll be standing up and extending our leg out for a 4-2-2 count. Let's begin. That 4-2-2 count is 4 seconds on the way out, 2 seconds with the hold, 2 seconds on the way back in. Making sure we comfortably balance on that stationary leg and engage the glute of the leg that we're working. 4 seconds on the way out, slow and controlled, 2-second hold, 2 seconds on the way back in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold 1, 2, back in 1, 2. Good. Last one. And we'll switch legs. Good. Again, 4 seconds on the way out, 2 seconds with the hold, and 2 seconds as we bring it back in. 4 on the way out, 2 with the hold, and 2 on the way back in. Good. Good. Keep that balance, core tight. Feel free to lean against something. We want to isolate the glute. Good. Last one, and time. Coming up, our hamstring curl. Again, this is an exercise that can be done with no resistance. It's important that we work more on engaging and flexing the correct part of our hamstring more so than anything. But we'll lean against the wall, keeping our knees together and drawing one heel up, squeezing our hamstring as we raise. Again, we're using our 4-2-2 count. Let's begin. 4 seconds on the way up, 2 seconds with our squeeze, 2 on the way down. Again, make sure as we bring that heel up, the knees stay together, bouncing on that stationary leg, and making sure that we squeeze and engage that hamstring for a 2 count, and then bring it back down for a 2 count. 4 seconds as we bring our heel up. Good. 2 with the hold, and 2 on the way down. Good. Last one. And let's switch legs. Good. Knees together, 4 seconds on the way up, 2 with the hold, and 2 on the way down. Good. Core tight, body upright. Good. 4 seconds on the way up, 2 with the hold, 2 on the way down. Good. Last one. Nice. 3, 2, and time. Now we have a resisted hip extension coming up. Feel free again to do this without any resistance, but if we do have an ankle band, it would help. We again extend for our 4 count, hold for a 2 count, and bring it back in for a 2 count. Balancing on one leg, which has a slight bend to it, our working leg is straight. Let's begin. Good. 4 seconds on the way out, 2 with the hold, 2 on the way back in. 4 on the way out, 2 seconds with the hold, 2 on the way back in. Making sure our hips stay square as we kick that leg behind us, trying to keep our knees in alignment with each other, rather next to each other, same as we did with our hamstring curl earlier. 4 on the way out, 2 with the hold, 2 on the way back in. Core tight as we extend and as we bring it back in. And whenever you're ready, we'll switch legs, our 30-second mark. Good. 4 seconds with the extension, 2 with the hold, 2 as we bring it back in. Again, hips stay square, driving with that heel through that glute. Core tight, keeping our body steady as we kick out. Good. Stay true to that 4 count, 2 count with the hold, and 2 count as we bring it back in. Let's get our last one. Good. 3, 2, and time. Coming up, our stability ball squats. Now, if we don't have a stability ball available, we can always try sliding up and down the wall, keeping our back against the wall. If that doesn't work, we can always modify just standing up. Ideally, we have a band, a resistance band, right below our kneecap. As we squat, we bring our hands together. As we come up, we open our arms back up. Let's begin. Making sure that we push our hips back so that way our hip stays directly under our shoulder and our knee stays directly under our ankle. Sitting back as we bring our arms together. As we come back up, we open up. Make sure that wrist stays in line with the shoulder. Good. And that knee stays over the ankle. Make sure we push back against the stability ball or against the wall as we come up and down, keeping our motion slow and controlled. Good. Good posture as we work. Chest up, shoulders back, hips back. Good. Evenly pushing up with our legs, making sure our knees do not cave in, keeping our knee over our ankle through the entirety of the motion. Good. Way to breathe through. Nice. Our last reps, 5 seconds. Hips back, core tight. 3, 2, time.